Okay, so here's the gist on the Gauntlet. I'm going to give a walkthrough as we're doing it. This first stage here, on each of the 3 rounds, is just combat, so I'm going to start explaining what's going on. The goal of the whole thing is to get a certain amount of slammed charges into the middle of the area. For the first 3 stages, there'll be 2 people running around the outside, as the other 4 people guide them through. We're going to be set in 2 sets of 3, in Chalice and in Dogs, because that's where both of the runners have to pick up their charges from. The whole idea for the people outside is that we're going to be shooting at the arrows that you get a glimpse of here and there. You'll see more later. But we shoot them corresponding with what the runners tell us not to shoot. They will be seen as a certain orb in a certain lane, and they'll tell us top, bottom, or middle. And the 2 people on the outside shoot the ones that are not called. If you shoot the right ones, it'll glow green, as you'll see in a minute. As you shoot the wrong ones, they'll do red. We actually had one of those moments here, so you'll be able to see what it is, or what it looks like. That's the pedestal that the person who's up top is going to be shooting. Since he's higher, he shoots at the uppermost one that can be called. I'm on the bottom, so I shoot the the bottommost. In this case, top was called. Nightshade would have called Chalice top, since I am on Chalice, and the top was when he saw the orb. That sign spawns every single time a runner makes it through a gate. They can only be meleeed like many other parts in this raid, so it's imperative that we get up and melee them. A simple hit kills them, regardless of your class or charge or anything. Now, the job of the runner up top of the platforms is to get on the platforms as soon as he can. When that light goes green or red, he moves on to the next one. You can see him ahead of me every time we do this. If he's on that platform, we can shoot the arrows, and the person running can see which one to call out. Honestly, the platformer is one of the easiest jobs in the raid. It's still important, but it's one of the easiest. Now we got a moment back to this. We come through the combat again, and I'll just explain basically what you have to deal with. There's 2 doors per area. Each one have 3 sets of adds that come out. 2 Legionnaires and 1 Psion. After all 6 of those rounds come out, there is a centurion. They're pretty easy to deal with, but there's 4 areas, 6 players, so you can double up for 2 pairs. Usually when people pair up, they end up killing before the others do, so they can lend a hand. It's a group effort, and it's really easy to cover each other when you need it. Especially when the centurions come out, sometimes they can be a bit of a handful. As far as these guys go, personally, the best choice you can do is the Titan with Striker top class, because it gives you the double grenades, and those duration on the pulse grenades is eternity. You'll be able to cover these doors and almost kill every ad coming out with 2 grenades. As far as other classes, Hunters I'm not so sure of. Warlocks, the Voidwalker, and the Devour tree are amazing, since the ads die easily. You can just get health right back. Centurions is a little harder, but whoever heavy you want to use. Now you see there that light went red. It's because we shot the wrong one. I believe the wrong arrow was called. My Psion still spawned. I still need to melee him. And my runner up top on the platforms kept on going to the next one. As soon as it went red, he was gone. Red or green, the most important thing for the person on the platforms is to get to the next plate. If we fail our shootouts here and it goes red, it means that the person on the inside needs to just run to the next gate all the faster. They're essentially carrying a ticking time bomb. And a little orb on one of those gates that they see is going to give them an extended timer. The final phase will all be in there, and so you'll get to see what it looks like for the runner. I would say a video for the person on the platform, but it's honestly just them jumping to the next area and shooting the arrow. It looks very similar to what I'm doing here, except they just move ahead. So now we're on the last set of ads. It's again, rinse and repeat. There's no difference in the ads that spawn on any 3 rounds. It's just kill all of them that come out, survive, help out, etc. I'll add for the centurions, the best weapons to do are the raid rocket or curtain call, which is another cluster bomb. If you can get your hands on the raid sword, that works really well as well, but merciless is one of the probably easiest to get before you actually do the raid. Hopefully you guys bought it when Zur had it. It melts them pretty quickly. You see me using it here. Now here I'm just going to use a Nova Bomb because why not? Nova Bomb's awesome. There is, however, one difference on the outside for this last running phase on the 3rd round. Those pistons that the platform shooters are on are going to be going up and down. You can hear it right in the background a little bit, and you'll get to see some of it in a second or two. It doesn't go up by much, just enough that it throws you off if you're not ready for it, or you're using a weapon incorrectly, like a spray and play sort of thing. Personally, for the people that are on the post, the best thing for them to use is a pulse rifle or an auto rifle, something that's consistent and has a lot of ammo, so that the runner can shoot at those pulse. The arrows have to be hit at the exact same time to trigger it. You see, I'm just firing one shot with the hand cannon most times because I'm watching my platform guys pulse rifle and auto rifle hits. Now, after the runner here gets to the last gate, we're going to have a total of 6 charges in the middle, because each time both runners successfully made their runs, came back and slammed here in the middle. So with 6 charges, we only need to get 3 more for the total 9. So in the final phase, if everything goes well in the first 3 stages, only 3 runners need to make it. Now for this last stage, since we're all in there, we all have these ticking time bombs, we all need to get the extenders, and you'll see them here in the gates in a second. So since we have 4 orbs, 3 people are grabbing them each time, by groups. In this case, the dog group is grabbing the first set. They're going to be calling out which one they're going for, top right, middle left, middle. That way people don't jump up and grab the wrong one. Now since I'm in the Chalice team, I grab the second gate. If you see here, after that second gate, the floors drop out. Now they only drop out once, and then they're just permanently gone. So as long as you can watch where you're jumping, don't step on anyone's head, you can make it. If you see right now, that orb on my hand is glowing brightly. It means my timing is almost gone. I have to grab one of these orbs here, and it goes away. Now right there is the end of the circle. We've gone all the way around the whole room, jump through the portal, move toward the center, and we slam it. We only needed 3, but we managed to get 5, so the more the merrier, doesn't really change anything. And that's the Gauntlet. It's rather straightforward. It takes a little bit of coordination, and as always, teamwork. The hardest part usually ends up being that final run there. But if you take your time, do your call outs, listen to everyone else, and don't jump on anyone's head, it happens more easily than you'd think, you can make it through.